I don't want to say bite the bullet, but sometimes you gotta maybe settle for a little bit less or more value than what you wanted. But it
Welcome back to Real Talk Real Estate. My name is Scott Werner with the Capstone team, brokered by Coldwell Banker Ingalls Safari.
to his left, the sidekick, the Robin to the Batman, because I be robbing deals every day.
I'm Batman.
Bubba Osselet's about to come and subpoena my. But no, Donovan Johnson with Coldwell Banker. I'm glad me and Scott are working together again. It's a blessing to see him, not just only here, but at work. And I know he enjoys community. So let's get started with another episode, man. We're going to talk about something that puts a lot of pressure on first-time homebuyers.
Yes, the idea that your first house is your forever house.
Because that's how the math usually works. That was sarcasm.
I mean, it's sarcasm, but that is not how the math actually works. It's okay when people buy their first couch, their first Xbox, their first car, their first apartment, because guess what? Upgrade is going to happen.
Speaking of upgrades, as a first-time home buyer, you know, if you're in a place you ain't been before, the weight and the magnitude of a little thing like a small inspection item, where to me and Scott's like almost not a laughing matter, but it's an eye roll, could be almost the end of a deal for you or your grandpa or whoever opened up every, cabinet. What all we're saying is this is not it's a 30-year commitment to a mortgage, but it's not a 30-year commitment to forever and always.
I mean, like I said, you're okay with that first apartment going behind you. You're okay with your Xbox going behind you. But the thing is, or your PlayStation, look, I did not try to be, I'm sorry. But the thing is, it's like your first house, you're writing a constitutional amendment and you're not going to be able to get out of it.
And, the Constitution gave us freedom, so there was a lot of pressure in that situation. So you could feel that way with your home search. But the reality of it is, as long as you have a good agent and you buy right, I mean, we have so many episodes that talk about the mental process of buying. We can guide you.
Yeah, I mean, at that point in time, the decision should feel more, practical instead of permanent.
Yes, and so with our culture, social media is great, but I think it's also aided to this idea of like almost a circus show or having to keep up with the Joneses, when in reality you can take steps, and real estate usually appreciates. So as long as you take care of what you're doing, you could flip into your next home.
Yeah, I mean, definitely every video, every article, every headline makes it sound like you're buying the wrong house. Like the entire financial capital of your being is going to falter. Yeah,
and like speaking of that, that I think about, people all the time ask me, what do you think the interest rates are going to be in the next year or 5 years? And I always tell them the same thing. I ordered my crystal ball and it still isn't coming through the mail. Amazon won't refund me, but they tell me that it's on the way.
Did you hit it with the Amazon Prime or?
Oh, it's been primed. That thing is WD-40'd. I mean, I thought it was.
It's ready to go, but you just can't see through it yet. Which is hard enough. You have a hard time, at least in my family, I have a hard time deciding where dinner's going to be. Is it going to be at home? Are we going to spend a little money? Hey, if we do spend a little money, what restaurant? I mean, that's the thing. It's like trying to predict in the dark what the future is going to hold for you. It's throwing mud against the wall. Hopefully it sticks.
Yeah, man. And here's the thing. Life happens so fast. People change jobs, families grow. There's so many factors that go into your home buying process or even home selling process. So,
I mean, it does feel overwhelming because look, you're putting your first house and then the futures into it. I mean, that's hard enough to do. Look, as I was always told, keep it simple, stupid. KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. It's your first house, not your forever house.
And even if this is your fifth house, there's a strong chance that it doesn't check every single box.
Mm-hmm.
But if it can cover majority of the functionality aspect of it, it may be worth jumping into it. And I hear all the time people, we're waiting on the interest rate maybe to buy. When if that interest rate does drop, guess what happens to prices? It goes up. So there's a give and take. It's all the same once you break it down on paper.
It is. You know, the big thing is, what if I have kids later? What if I work from home permanently? What if I need a bigger yard someday? Guess what? These things will change in your life, and they can change.
And those are fair questions to ask, and you should always be thinking about that. But again, sometimes if the deal's right, it's better to jump on it.
Yeah, no, that's completely fair. When the problem of the future possibilities outweigh actually what you're doing in the here and now. I think for us, sometimes we like to live in the future when we're not living in the here and now.
Yes, and here's the thing. When you get so consumed with the future, you can't be where you are now, and you wind up trying to, I would call it overbuying.
Mm-hmm.
And it just leads to a longer process. You second guess everything. You kind of take the ball out of your realtor's hand because you're so in your head versus trusting the data and the process.
And you're talking about overbuying. And guess what? That pushes them to financial instability. That pushes them to, being simply unrealistic with their thoughts and their dreams.
And speaking of dreams, it's never going to, even building a home, I've heard people say, man, if I ever were to build again, I would do so many things different. So if you could design the home you wanted and you still want to do things different, imagine how much less pressure you should take off of yourself that you're not probably spending 180 plus a square foot to build. So again, real estate's a long game anyway, and we're so blessed in Southwest Louisiana to be protected by the bubble. So as long as you buy the bubble of, getting ahead of myself, the bubble of casinos and the plants, they do a good number for us, and we're bringing jobs in for the next decade, honestly, with all the expansion. I mean, we're talking billions of dollars, not millions. So
you are exactly right. I mean, the reason that we're talking today is you are no longer evaluating what it is, what your home works today. You're evaluating what the future is like. And once again, you can't do that to yourself, because if you do, you stress out mentally.
And here's the thing. If you're a first-time home buyer, there's FHA loans, which also starter home. It's not supposed to be this overly complicated. It's supposed to be your family's first step.
Mm-hmm. Buy solid, buy stability, gain experience. It's okay to fail. It's okay to have a house. It's okay to have, you're going to be living in that house. I built my house, and one experience that I am equating to what we're talking about today is, man, I built my house. I love my house. I have 2 young kids, and guess what? One put paint on the wall, or one put a chair mark on the wall, and I'm like, oh my God. And then I'm like, but why? It's lived in. Yeah. When I go sell it, do I have to fix those things? Of course. But it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to have fun in your house, because if you think that this is your forever house and you're like, well, you better put Visqueen on them chairs. You better put Visqueen on them walls. You better, hey kids, don't get near that wall. You better stay in the center of the room.
Right. This isn't your gray hood home. This isn't your HGTV. Well, it may have been the first day you bought it, but don't put so high expectations on yourself that you just psych yourself out.
I mean,
you got to pay to play, baby.
Yeah. Your first home is a stepping stone. It's not your final destination. It's the stepping off point.
Yeah. And sometimes you got to, I don't want to say bite the bullet, but sometimes you got to maybe settle for a little bit less or more value than what you wanted, but it beats whether you're living with somebody or paying rent.
Mm-hmm. No, that actually builds the flexibility over time. That's how people build financial flexibility over time, is just doing what we're talking about. It's a first step.
And here's something I try to tell people is that even if your monthly note is $200-300 more than what your rent is on top of your utilities, you're still not throwing away your money, and you're not paying somebody else's mortgage down. You're applying it to yourself. And like I just said, with the bubble, we're protected if you buy right. If you even hold it 3 or 4 years, there's a good chance you'll be able to sell for more than the average national appreciation of a property.
Oh, exactly. I mean, people have to move into permanent now. Meanwhile, half the country can't even commit to a Netflix subscription, truthfully, without checking the reviews.
Yeah, because you ain't going to find no perfect Netflix show. You know what I'm saying?
Not gonna do it.
But it's definitely about progress over the perfection.
It is. It is. Not every buyer, not every deal has to be the decade. It's what you're looking for now.
Yes, and as long as there's stability and most importantly, there's payment comfortability, you may just need to go ahead and pull the trigger. That's usually the first question that I ask, is not what price point, because they don't really know, but you can reverse engineer it if they're like, I'm comfortable paying $2,000 a month. Well, I'm like, okay, well, I know about the price range you should be in, so.
No, flexibility matters too. I mean, you are 100% correct.
And here's the thing, with it, the future and all this stuff, people love to have answers. You're not going to have them all the time in real estate, but as long as you come with your, every tool in your tool bag and you don't just blindly buy off an emotion, then there's a strong chance you're going to be able to do all right.
Yeah, because guess what? Most future plans change anyway.
Yeah, things are changing while we're talking about it.
Exactly. This whole script is changing while we're talking about it. But the thing is, you're adding stress to something, because guess what? Your future is not what you're living in now. If you're stressed out about it, what does your future look like? Stop worrying about this. Let's go here.
Yeah, and here meaning the now. And if it fits where y'all are at now, then it is what it is.
And that's the question, as I like to ask, my clientele. It's clarifying. It lets them know, hey, look, we can talk about what the future might look like, but we're not going to decide on what the future is for this house.
Yes. So to hammer in our main point is this. Don't psych yourself out or let the magnitude of buying your first home and having to hit it perfect. Like, it takes time to do anything. Our first deal wasn't perfect. Even the last deals we've been doing aren't perfect as agents. So we're not going to expect y'all to hit a home run necessarily. What we're going to expect y'all to do is have a game plan, stepping into the box, and the game plan should be to use me or Scott.
Man, we're going to end on that. Thank y'all so much for watching. This is Real Talk Real Estate. Give us a like, a subscribe, a heart. Donnie, hit him with it.
All love at the bottom. Game point.